Hey people, in that last movie I started here to voila told it. And so I was enlightened, and somebody had let me know that in Islamic countries, the voila is by Allah or to Allah, as in I swear to God. It's like an oath. And you remember just a couple movies ago, the 106 Names of God. We looked this up, and it had like 6 different meanings. It meant tree or oak or tabernacle, and it also come up as an oath. And so that's where that comes from. It's to God. To God told it. I swear to God. And it's to oath. And I read on down through this, and none of these names are names. The names in here are James and Jimmy, and names you would use. And I made it on down here to the sour, and this is what let me know that was right. So these next 4 lines are a poem to help you remember this Jacob's staff constellation. This is a Jacob's staff, and it's used to shoot the stars, find your position when you're sailing. And this is the Jacob's staff constellation. It's just these 5 stars of Orion. It's the Betelgeuse, the red star, and Rigel, the blue star, and these 3 at the belt. And so this is also known as the Great Hunter, Orion. And this constellation here, just these 3 stars here, and this red and this blue are known as the Jacob staff. And this one sits to the north, and this one sits to the south. So this is Esau, the red, and Jacob is the blue. And so that's where they get this, that Esau, a man, a skillful hunter, a man of the field. And so on a boat, you got these cutter lights running, and you got a port side and a starboard side. And so the port side is red. It's called port. It's dock side, the port side. And so this would be the Alpha here. And down here in Dixie, this is the Veda star, Rigel. You see the Alpha and the Veda down here. And it looked like this. You see a Betelgeuse, the Alpha up here. You're looking toward the east when it comes up at night. And this is Rigel, the Veda, at the south and down in Dixie. So this is an important constellation to find because it sits right here on the equator. You can see that this is the sun, the sun's path, and so this is the winter when it's low over here, and this is the summer. And this is the equator right here. In the midsummer, the sun's going to be over here. You're not going to see Orion. But in the winter, when the sun's down, it's on the opposite side. This is when you'll see it. And so these are the easiest stars to spot in the winter sky. And you got Rigel, was south of the equator. You got Betelgeuse on the north side. And these 3 stars will sit right there on the equator. So if you're sailing and you see this and you look straight up and it's dead above you, then you know that you're sailing on the equator. So this is all rhyming poetry. And it reads, who from law Jimmy held it when to miss invithin, wit so the rosen in day clue, cotter it sore, who froze 'em was too. To cotter, it means to collect its shore. When you're sailing near the shore, you can shoot points in lighthouses and figure out where you're at. But when you're no longer cottering at the shore, you have to learn to read the stars. The watcher inkin, it saw which who do. The watcher inking and writing it down. It's Saul which who do. 'Tis have of in a shoe. So, 'tis have, is short for it is the habitat. 'Tis have of in a shoe. And so in the Egyptian story, the god sneezed, Ashu, and created all the stars. Who forsame to make of in which check, the wits, W-I-T-Z, your wits check. Ben misses his son. And so Ben misses his son. This means you're looking at him in the winter. The sun's on the opposite side. And this is where you find times. It tells the days. You're looking at winter days. Ben misses his son. Bled it from two. So who godel to the knower the wage a shoe see? So who godel? Godel's usually, they say it means the greater, the bigger. The bigger to the north. The wage Ashu, the star see. The bigger star to the north. To make dockside, D-O-X-I-D. To make dockside, the port side. The bigger star to the port side, to the red. Beetlejuice. And then the seaside, to make of in. See, the mark from is in my lee, my L-E-A, my downwind, my past, my lee. Why have its check to use as to key? Dixie, backwards and forwards, Dixie through, D is through. The Dixie through in pie, and wherein feet Veda, the info make of in. Wherein the feet is the Veda. And so there's several words in here, and I go along with their translation because I haven't found anything other. But in the pie too, they say this is the mouth, the P-I is the mouth. Sometimes they say it's the face and they give it other meanings, but I think more it means the circle. In the pie too. In the pie to the face would be the circle, and the face would be your mouth. But to give the Dixie through in the circle, in pie, in the circle connected, wherein feet, the circle of the feet. And so in the circle, in fee, in the price of the mark T, mark Veda. And then backwards and forwards be info, information to make of in. And so that's what this is about, is describing the constellation. And so that's why they say here that Esau, he came and he ate the red stew. They say that this word only comes up this 2 times here. They call it the red. Adam, E-A-D-M, same word as Adam, the man or the Adam. And it's called the red here. That same red pottage with the red. And upon thus, this is the reason why his name was called Edom, A-D-U-M, Adam the red. And that's telling you that Esau is the Adam. That's the name of that red star. That's Beetlejuice. So the rest of the time when you see this word Edom through the Bible, it's talking about Beetlejuice. So the reason that I read this, I was reading up here in 35, and said to him, God, your name, Jacob, not shall be called your name any more, Jacob. For since Israel shall be your name, So he called his name Israel. You know, everybody who's anybody in the Bible gets their name changed. But so this is why Israel is now the mark of a blue star of Rigel. That's what this is, the Rigel. So Israel doesn't necessarily mean the star, because the Jacob didn't mean the star. It's the info to make of in, when it's backwards or forwards, the info. And it's how you make your info, the information. And so now that your name is Israel, it means is rule. Is rule. It's the rule. Everything you rule off, you measure everything off of that star. And that tells me that, you know, all the future measurements in here, it tells me where the measurements will be taken from. And it's going to be a huge clue to help decode a lot of this. But it's this blue star of Rigel, the star of Israel, the blue star of Rigel. Alright, I'm going to cut this off here, and I'll read this about the birthright in the next movie. Alright, good day.